Well, I'm kind of doing a mail call, and I was going to wait because I've got something else coming in the mail. But I couldn't wait anymore. So what I've got, number one, is my flannel for the back of this quilt, which is going to be awesome. So that's going to start getting put together. And I bought myself a rotating cutting board. I'm not quite sure how good this is going to work because it doesn't seem to stay too firmly on the table, certainly not on a plastic one. But I will be squaring up all of those blocks to hopefully a 14-inch block. So the one I got is a 17 by 17. And the idea is, see, now it turns pretty good on this table. The idea is you put your block on, and before I was flipping this whole big cutting mat, now hopefully all I need to do is just rotate this to make the other two cuts. So that is the hope. You've got a center right there. I don't know if I can do this even without the big square. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. The other tool that I got, and again, Sandy Grog is the one that talked about this one. And this is called a Stripology ruler. This has all these little strips in it. So you can cut when you're cutting your binding. You can cut your 2.5-inch strips, boom, 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 without having to use the ruler, without having to make sure it's all squared up and straight. This is going to do it all for you. You put your fabric under here, you've got all your markers where you can just cut through here. Well, the other big reason I thought of getting this is because the next quilt after this one is the big diamond quilt. That is this here. And I've laid out some of the squares. Now, all of these 10-inch squares are going to be cut in half on the diagonal and sewn with a 10-inch square of this fabric here that I bought to go with it. So that's kind of what the center is going to look like. Well, I mean, maybe not those colors. Depends on how I put this together. Now, right now, 2Gals99 wanted to make sure this would fit over a double bed. This typically should be square. The other one I think was only 5 by 5. This right now I think is 6 blocks across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks across. And it's 8 blocks down, so that is not square. I could make it a full 8 by 8 if I used all of these light colors ones here. Or I might try, I mean, it's pretty big for me to try to quilt too. I might try doing 8 down, but 7 across, so it's going to be a little bit wider. I don't know how that will affect the diamonds, so I'll have to wait until I start putting this together. But the point of this is, I have to cut all of these 10-inch squares out of 4.5 yards of fabric that I have here. So, what this Stripology ruler has, which I can't see too well on my light fabric, but it does have, you can see it against the screen, a 10-inch block. I thought, wow, that's going to be cool. I've got a 10-inch ruler right here that I can use as my guide. So, the plan is, and I might just cut up a bunch of these 10-inch blocks today. We'll see. While I've got this out. But that's my mail call. That's what I have so far. But I do have a Stitch in the Ditch presser foot coming and a 1/4-inch presser foot coming. And I don't know if the 1/4-inch presser foot is going to be any better than what I already have on my machine. But anyway, it's Sunday. I don't look at this as a regular work day. Tomorrow I'll get back to work on this, cutting all the stuff that I need to put the blocks together. But today, you know, I thought I might even work on Todd's quilt. Todd's quilt is sitting in here, all cut. And what I need to do with his, and I think today would be a good day to do that. See these two big stacks of these rectangles? These all need two little squares, which is these huge stacks sewn onto them. These are the corners of the stars. This is Todd's quilt. So those are those pieces that go, all around the block. So you've got 4 of them that surround the center block and the center star. So that's just kind of a long job doing that, because you really have to sew on 1 square at a time. Press it open, sew the other square on. So I thought I just might spend the afternoon doing that. Get some more of those done. Kind of in between times, work on this thing. Once those are done, putting this star together is going to be lots of fun. So I've got big squares, the big squares are down there. There's the center. Those are the centers of the star. So this is the most tedious part, doing these. So I need to spend some time and just sew those. So that's what I thought I might do. But now that I have this out, I might cut up some of these squares. So we'll see.